The MG Hector has been a very important car for MG Motors in the Indian market. This was the first model that MG Motors got to India, and it still remains one of the most important cars for the MG Motors in the Indian market. MG has just introduced the 2023 MG Hector, and it comes with a long list of new features. Just like the original MG Hector, this introduces a few features which are first in the segment. Now we did a long walk around video of this new MG Hector explaining all the new features that it gets. To get a detailed view, you can click on the link below and go and watch that video. In this video, we will only focus on the driving part and also the new feature which it gets, which is the ADAS. So stay tuned till the end of the video as we explain all about this new 2023 MG Hector. Now, if you don't wish to go back to watch the walk around video, here are a few quick pointers that will tell you what has changed in the new 2023 MG Hector facelift. First of all, you can see the massive grille that MG has put in the front. It's a fish grill type grill which looks quite distinctive from all the rest of the vehicles on the Indian market, on the Indian roads, and there is a lot of chrome on this vehicle. You also get a tweaked bumper at the front. On the side profile, everything remains the same, so are the headlamps and the split headlamp setup. At the rear, you get a new setup of the tail lamps and also a connecting LED bar which looks quite distinctive, at least at the night. We didn't see it at the night because we are driving the car at the daytime. However, it does look very massive and very unique, at least in this segment. Now, I have always liked the cabin of the MG Hector, but the 2023 cabin, MG has tweaked small changes that makes it even better. First of all, they have changed the entire theme of the cabin. Now it is in beige color, which will be little more difficult to maintain in the Indian conditions. However, it adds an airy feeling and openness to the cabin, especially with the massive sunroof that we get with the top end variants. Also, MG has added a massive new screen which is of 14.1 inches. Now this is the largest screen that is available with any of the cars in the Indian market. Now there are other subtle changes as well, like there are brushed aluminium parts on the door pads, but these are really plastics, hard plastics indeed, and it does look very premium for the overall vehicle. MG has also added these soft touch material on the dashboard and on the armrest on the door pad as well. That also adds a very premium touch, a notch above the other cars in this segment. Now, other things in the car, like the design of this gear lever, the whole steering wheel, the feel of the buttons, the touch and feel of any of the plastic products of this vehicle are top notch. However, one thing that I didn't like is the response of this massive touch screen. It was working very well when we did the walk around video a few weeks back. However, while driving the vehicle, it is taking much more time than expected. So I think this is one of things that MG might have got wrong again with the MG Hector. Now MG has updated a few other things in this car as well, like they have added a new 360-degree camera system which looks quite impressive. It just looks like a 3D feature that we get to see in much expensive vehicles like the Land Rover Defender. Also, the space inside the car, it remains the same since the dimensions haven't changed. The front seats and the rear seats, the space, it remains the same. You get electrically adjustable front seats. Both the seats are electrically adjustable. The steering wheel, you can adjust it for reach and height, and the front seats are also ventilated, which means in the hot Indian summers you don't have to think too much about getting cooled when you enter the car. Now at the rear of the vehicle, you do get a lot of space as before. You do get a flat floor, which means a passenger in the middle can fit very comfortably, especially for long journeys as well. Now, one thing I forgot to add is MG has also added an air ionizer or an air filter which purifies the air inside the cabin and brings down the AQI. It is especially helpful for people like us who stay in most polluted cities of the country like Delhi NCR. Now the MG Hector is a really smart SUV. Like the last generation car, this car also has a few unique features which no other manufacturer was able to crack till now. First of all, that I like the most about the new 2023 MG Hector is the automatic turn indicator. So what happens is, the Indians are the most relaxed drivers on the roads, which means we really don't want to follow the safety features, especially while taking a turn. So what MG has done is they have added this smart turn indicator system. So whenever it detects that the steering wheel is at an angle of more than 30 degrees, the indicators, it gets automatically activated. The same happens when you are traveling at a speed and you apply the brake suddenly. The hazard lights, the all four lamps, all four indicators of this MG Hector, they come up automatically, which is very smart move. Now the 2023 MG Hector, it gets similar engine options like before. You get the 2-liter diesel engine which only gets a manual transmission. There is no automatic. It generates a maximum of 170 PS and 350 Nm of peak torque. Now we are only driving the turbocharged 1.5-liter petrol engine, and we will only talk about this. Sadly, MG is not offering the mild hybrid version of the new Hector, which used to be available with a pre-facelift model. Now this car, this engine, 1.5-liter turbocharged petrol engine, it generates a maximum of 143 bhp and a peak torque of 250 Nm. We are driving the CVT automatic variant of this. It is also available with a manual transmission. However, since we haven't driven the manual one, we will not talk about that. Also, with automatic transmission only, you get the newly added ADAS features, which are not available with the manual variant. Now this 1.5-liter engine that we are driving today is quite rev happy. Currently we were doing around only 1.5 thousand RPM. I just pressed the accelerator, it shot up to around 4,300 RPM in a matter of few seconds, which in my opinion is quite good, especially for a car of this size. It also makes the MG Hector very agile, and it gives you the confidence of overtaking the other big vehicles, especially on a highway. However, the CVT, there are the few signature moves of the CVT that you might have seen with the other vehicles. Like, there is a slight lag when you press the accelerator. You will have to wait for half a second or even less, but you will get used to that as you drive the car over a long period of time. Apart from that, I absolutely love how MG has tuned the suspension of this vehicle. We were currently doing at around 80-85 on the highway, and we were changing the lanes without any problem or any sort of body roll that the cars of this segment face. That being said, the comfort inside the vehicle, because of the tuned suspension, it remains quite high as well. However, if you are driving slowly over the bumps and bad roads, you might feel a few bumps and potholes coming inside the vehicle. However, if you're going on the highway, you will absolutely love how MG has tuned the suspension. Apart from that, the handling of the new MG Hector, it remains similar as before. There is no changes whatsoever. It's not best in the segment. I mean, it won't satisfy the enthusiasts, folks among you, but it gets the job done quite well, and I would want to live with this car for a little bit more. Apart from that, the comfort, the space and everything makes it a perfect car for highway travels, as I told you before in this review. So no complaints around there as well. Now the new feature that we must test with the new MG Hector is the MG Pilot, or the ADAS. Now this is the third car of MG in India which offers ADAS, which means they have been refining it over the years. Gloucester, which was the first car that came with the ADAS feature, it came with only level 1. Then came the Astra with level 2. Now this is level 2 but with added features. One of those features, the extra features which none other cars with ADAS in India offers is the traffic mode. What it does is you can activate it and you can then get stuck in the traffic. This car will stop automatically, then move again. If it gets deactivated, you can just press the plus button and it will start moving. We will try to show you it on the camera. However, as you know, capturing such things in the Indian traffic scenarios is quite difficult. However, we will try to show you. Now, since it comes with a CVT, I should say that MG has tuned the system for crawling quite well. As you can see that we are currently doing around 10-15 kmph on a crawling traffic, and not for once I had to put my foot on the accelerator. It has been doing the job quite well. Also, coming to the braking part, all 4 brakes of this new MG Hector are disc brakes like before, so the braking performance is quite phenomenal and it slows down from a high speed very quickly and very nicely, and you do not feel very scared while doing that. Now let me sum up the 2023 MG Hector in 5 points. Now, coming to the end, the first thing that I liked about the new 2023 MG Hector is the space inside. It can easily accommodate a family of 5 people. Either it is on short journeys or long journeys on a weekend trip. The second is the engine. Both the diesel and petrol engine that the MG Hector gets are frugal and powerful enough to satisfy your needs on daily commutes and the highway runs as well. The third comes the feature list. The MG Hector gets a massive feature list, and some of these features are unique to this car and none of the competitors offer. Now, the fourth point is this price. The MG Hector, the 2023 Hector, it starts at only 14.72 lakhs. The price tag, it remains very competitive. However, since it is missing a diesel automatic variant, a few customers from the MG Hector may sway away from this car to the likes of the Tata Harrier. Now, fifth and final point is the way it looks. Now, MG Hector has always been a head turner on the Indian roads. However, with a few tweaks that MG has done, especially the connecting tail lamps in the rear and the massive grille in the front, it will turn a lot more heads with the update. What do you think about this new model? Do let us know in the comment section below. And as always, do not forget to subscribe to the Car Dog channel and press the bell icon to get regular updates.